Welcome back to another episode of Just a Bit Offside. I'm Fish.
K-Dog.
We're going to preview the NBA Finals. 2023, the Miami Heat versus the Denver Nuggets. Game 1 is tonight. Very excited about this series, but before we even dive into that, we got to talk about Boston Celtics the bed in Game 7 at home. Now, to be fair to Boston, they were down 3-0.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They fought back.
You fought back. No team has ever done it. You got to probably the best position to be able to be the first team to do it.
Yeah.
Being at home for a Game 7 after being down 3-0.
Yeah.
But that Game 7, Boston did not play well.
No, they were not in it from the very beginning. Now, Tatum did turn his ankle.
Yeah, first play of the game.
Yeah.
He landed on somebody's foot and turned his ankle.
Yeah.
But is that an excuse for the whole team?
The whole team just didn't show up. It just seemed like they were just not ready to play.
Yeah.
And Miami didn't have a great game.
No.
But they had a much better second half.
Yeah.
But they were I think Miami was just more motivated, more. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I mean, maybe Boston
didn't have. You didn't see that fire like Game 6 to force the Game 7, and they won on that buzzer beater.
Yeah.
By 1 point, it were like, oh man, that's the kind of game you were hoping for Game 7.
Yeah.
And Boston just didn't bring it.
Yeah, I think the pressure was on Boston, right?
Yeah.
Because if Boston would have won, Miami would be like, well, we were the 8th seed.
Yeah.
We weren't expected to win. We went up 3-0, and then Boston came back. They're a great team, blah, 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 right? That's the storyline,
They
right?
were the 2 seed.
But Boston, from the Miami side, they were just like, we're playing with house money.
Yeah.
Nobody expected us to be here.
Yeah.
And sure, we went up 3-0, and then Boston, but those games were, Game 6 was
that was crazy.
That was, come on,
0.1 of a second?
0.1 of a second. That was it Derek White, right? Derek White, who...
Did he hit the game winner?
He was the one who tapped it in.
Game 6?
In Game 6, yeah. So, what are you going to do, right? That game literally couldn't get any closer.
It was tight, but Boston did it. They forced the Game 7, and then it was absolutely... They weren't even really in it. They made a couple of runs to get back into it, but it never held up. I felt like it was way too many threes.
Way too many. They went 9 for 42.
Awful. And a lot of players just did not show up. I mean, if you're going to win this Game 7 at home, you needed Tatum, Brown, everybody, Smart. Marcus Smart was non-existent. He scored 9 points.
Yeah.
Al Horford, I think, scored 8 points.
8 points, yeah.
Brown had more turnovers than the entire Heat team by himself.
He went 8 for 23. He had 19 points, but he went 8 for 23.
8 for 23 shooting is not good. And then Tatum. Now, I get it. You were playing through the pain. You didn't just wimp out and sit on the bench. You played through the pain the entire game, but it threw you off. Your shooting was off.
Yeah.
Everything was off. I don't know what his percentages were, but he only scored 14 points.
Yeah, he went 5 for 13 for 14 points.
Yeah.
So, but it's not on Tatum.
No, not solely.
Yeah, but everybody kind of expected him to put on a Game 7 performance like he did against Philadelphia.
Yeah.
When he went off for 51?
51.
Yeah. It just didn't happen.
Yeah.
It just didn't happen. And Miami, they had a better all-round game. Butler had 28 points. Adebayo had a double-double with 12 points and 10 rebounds. And Caleb Martin, the star of the show, 11 for 16, 4 for 6 from three-point, 10 rebounds, 26 points. Player!
He was amazing.
Yeah. So
I get it. The Jimmy is the MVP of the series of the Eastern Conference Finals, but Caleb Martin was a player. He came out, had a wicked Game 7 there.
Yeah.
And only Jimmy Butler scored 2 extra points, but it wasn't off of better shooting because Caleb Martin killed it. The one shining moment for Boston was White.
Yeah, Derek White had 18 points. Yeah,
he played well. A great game, and it felt like when Tatum wasn't hitting, and Marcus Smart was a ghost. It just seemed like White was like, okay, he was shooting some threes. He was driving the lane. He was at the line a lot. He played a great game, but at the end of the day, what was the final score in this game?
103-84.
So Boston as the 2 seed, the Heat should have won the series because you were up 3-0. So they did finish it off, and Boston had a chance, but didn't happen.
And now they're in Denver.
So, game 1 of the NBA Finals, it is crazy. I mean, Denver is, like we mentioned in a previous show, it's not the sexy pick.
Yeah.
Versus having LeBron in the Lakers or Golden State. But Denver is insanely good.
Denver's a monster.
Really, really good.
Yeah.
So the Heat, I feel, are in trouble. Like, going into this game 1, Denver is a 9-point favorite. That could change. Like, of course, even Boston in Game 7, Boston was a 7.5-point favorite.
Yeah.
Or something.
Like that, yeah.
Against Miami.
Nobody's giving Miami a shot.
Yeah, it's like, when are we going to give Miami a little bit of credit here for being an 8 seed and getting to the NBA Finals?
Jimmy Butler's like, what else do I got to do?
Yeah.
Like, come on,
So this game is going to be interesting. The series is going to be interesting.
They did play twice this year.
Yes.
And Denver won both games.
Yeah.
But they were close. Once December 30th, 124-119, and in February, 112-108. So they were close games.
Yeah.
But Denver won both.
And it's worth noting that the last 6 regular season matchups between these two teams, Denver's won all of them.
There you go.
Now, I got a wild card factor for you. All right? And that is Jamal Murray.
He's insane.
Jamal Murray.
He's not even a wild card, man. He's so good.
Jamal Murray, if Jokic wasn't such a insane physical beast.
He's a show off.
He's just a show off. Triple doubles, can pass the ball like better than any big man. Like,
show off.
Insanely talented. I think that being overshadowed is the fact that Jamal Murray is insanely talented.
Jamal Murray is so good.
Now, kind of like, not to the extent of what Caleb Martin. I don't think he's not as talented as what Jamal Murray is.
Yeah.
But if Caleb Martin and Jamal Murray have crazy games, you take a lot of pressure off of the other stars.
Yeah.
So off of Jimmy Butler and Jokic.
Right.
So it's, which I feel like that'll be the wild card factor. Which guy is going to be the best number 2 to back up the star?
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
What I think is hilarious is that Tyler Hero will more than likely be back for game 3.
Now, the funny part about that is when he broke his hand.
Yeah. They said, well, it's going to be okay. He can be back in time for the finals.
And everyone laughed.
And I laughed, and I said, is he going to be able to get tickets? Like, where is he going to sit? Is he going to sit, like, is he going to be in the bleachers? Is he going to be in nosebleeds? Think he can get something on
he could get sidelined.
Sidelined, maybe the first 6 rows, I'm like, but it was like, what are you talking about, the finals?
Yeah.
Miami's not going to be in the finals. And then we're all sitting here going, Miami's like,
Yeah. So it's interesting that Miami could get Tyler Hero back.
Yeah.
That would be, is that a deciding factor in this series? Could that help them? Like, how rusty would you be, though, being off this long and having a broken hand as far as your shooting?
Yeah, I don't know.
That might not help you.
Yeah, it might not. Maybe they won't play him. But either way, I think it's pretty funny.
So for this game 1, I think that, especially given the fact that Denver has owned them in regular season matchups, I feel, and the playoffs is a different animal, especially with what Jimmy Butler is doing.
Yeah.
I think that Denver will take game 1 at home.
Well, Denver's a better team, but they've been off since Easter. So I'm taking Miami. I think Miami.
You think Miami's going to go in on the road and take game 1 against the 1 seed?
I think Miami's on a heater.
Okay.
Jimmy Buckets is ready to play.
Okay.
I think Miami's taking it.
Now, as far as an early prediction then for the entire series, how many games do you see it going and who's going to win the NBA Finals?
I still think Denver's going to take it. But I want to say it's going to go 6. 6.
Yeah?
6.
If you're right,
Yeah.
and the Heat do win game 1
Yeah.
on the road,
Yeah.
it's got to go 7. Right? You think that, no?
I know. Denver might just wake up then
Yeah.
and go, okay, let's go.
All right. So
Yeah.
you think Denver in 6,
Yeah.
Miami Heat take game 1 on the road.
I think Denver's just deeper.
Okay.
But I do like the Miami Heat story. Now, the ratings on this is not going to be huge.
No.
But if you're into basketball, this is a great series.
Yeah, I like this finals.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of people were talking about, obviously the beginning, Bucks and Lakers or Lakers and Celtics
or Golden State and the Bucks or whatever. But
or even Denver and Boston. But the fact that it's Denver and the Heat, I on paper, if you said that at the beginning of the season, you're like, am I going to watch this?
Yeah.
But I think the drama's unfolded and the talent's there, and I think it's going to be an interesting NBA Finals.
I'm in. All
right. So you think Denver in 6,
yeah,
and Miami takes game 1 on the road. I say Denver takes game 1 at home.
Yeah.
It's in Denver. The regular season records against each other the last 6 games. I think Denver's going to win. But I think the Heat are going to push it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be like what happened with the Celtics because Denver's a better team. I think that the Heat can push them, and I think we're going to get 6 or 7 games. But I do think at the end of the day, the Heat are going to play amazing. Jimmy Buckets is going to pour it in. Hopefully Caleb Martin and Adebayo can do what he does. But the Heat are a little too small.
Okay.
And Adebayo is their biggest dude. And when you got him against Jokic, I just think Denver is a bigger team and a better team. And unless you're playing like that small ball really well and hitting all your threes, I think Denver's can take it in the long run. So I'm going to give it to Denver in either 6 or 7. But I think the Heat are going to give him a challenge.
All right. Cool. All right.
What do you think is going to happen in game 1? Who's going to win and in how many games? By this show launch, tip-off's going to be very soon for game 1. For this show, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, I'm Fish.
K-Dog.
We'll see you again soon.
Peace.